Barnstable police seized more than $14,000 worth of fireworks. The Recreation Commission recognizes 3 individuals for their work bringing multiple large-scale skating events to Hyannis. And find out who is named the Lifeguard of the Year. These stories and more on this episode of Barnstable Today. It's Tuesday, July 7th, 2015. I'm Sarah Mantle. Barnstable police seized more than $14,000 worth of fireworks from a Marston's Mills woman. Police Chief Paul McDonald says 24-year-old Kayla Majors rented a cargo van last week and drove to New Hampshire to purchase the fireworks.
And what happened is the New Hampshire Fire Marshal, they contacted the Hyannis Fire Department. Apparently, when you buy large supplies of fireworks up in New Hampshire, you're required to notify the fire marshal. They did. They contacted the Hyannis Fire Department. They let them know what was going on. They then contacted us. We did some follow-up investigation down with the U-Haul. We found out who had rented the vehicle and where they were coming from, where they were possibly headed to. We notified all the surrounding towns, including the Massachusetts State Police. A state trooper saw them up on Route 6 traveling eastbound, made a motor vehicle stop, called us. We went up there with them, seized the van and seized all the fireworks. And it was about $14,000 worth of the fireworks. They were all brought back to the station.
McDonald says Majors may be forced to pay a $100 fine. The Recreation Commission honors Donna Wonder and Carolyn Pierce of the Yarmouth Ice Club and Patty Lloyd of the Cape Cod Chamber of Commerce for their work bringing several United States figure skating championships to the Hyannis Youth and Community Center. Lynn Poyant, Director of Community Services, presented their awards during last night's Recreation Commission meeting.
Since 2010, we've been working with the Yarmouth Ice Club on a number of different programs. One was Theater on Ice and Nations Cup, which took place in April of 2011. We had the Eastern Sectional Figure Skating Championship in November of 2012. We had the U.S. Adult Figure Skating Championships last April. And then this year, a couple of weeks ago, we had the Theater on Ice, which actually represented 19 states. Each event has been bigger than the last, and we are so grateful that Donna Wonder, as the president of the Yarmouth Ice Club, and Carolyn Pierce, were you event coordinator or?
No, I'm a founder of the club.
Okay, as a founder of the, Carolyn Pierce is a founder of the Yarmouth Ice Club, have believed in our facility and have brought these first-class activities. I have to say that the first event that we had, the Theater on Ice and Nations Cup, that was actually the second time that event was being done, and the year that it had happened before us happened in France. So to go from France to Hyannis, Massachusetts, I thought that was a spectacular activity. And something like that in April of 2011, it brought over 3,000 room nights to the town of Barnstable and Yarmouth, and I believe there were some rooms in Dennis as well. But it was at a time when we weren't going to have those rooms filled, so to be able to get something like that. And then this year, as you know, we had an extremely challenging winter, and schools were getting out later and later and later, and had we not had this event, those rooms would not have been filled here.
Wonder thanked the Recreation Commission for the honor.
As competition chair over the last 7 years, this has been a relationship above everything else that has happened. We have teamed with the Cape Cod Chamber of Commerce. We have teamed with a wonderful facility in Joe Izzo, and we are now the template for U.S. figure skating for how to run a successful competition. At their governing council meetings, they now tell everyone to contact Yarmouth Ice Club and to partner with their local chamber and their facility and to work as a team in order to get these competitions accomplished. So this is all a labor of love, and it's the entire team. As the adage goes, it takes a village. It honestly does to pull these off. So we appreciate all of the support.
Next, program coordinator Mickey Davies presented the award for the Leisure Program's Employee of the Year for the 2014 summer to Devin Mizarski.
This young man that we're talking about tonight is an incredible young man. He works for us at our Centerville Recreation site. We have only had him in our employ for 1 year, so it was always amazing to me how easy he makes this job look, which we all know this is not an easy job to have, but he makes it look incredibly easy. His enthusiasm, his compassion for the kids, and he is one of those counselors where I know that his kids are always going to be with him because he is probably one of the funniest, most entertaining young men there could possibly be, and every kid wants to be with him. So it is with great pleasure that I give this award for the Leisure Program Counselor of the Year 2014 to Mr. Devin Mazarski with a Y.
Awesome. Program Coordinator John Gleason recognized Gate Attendant of the Year Michael Cullis and Beach Aide of the Year Mary Nugis.
Our beach attendants are responsible for picking up trash, checking stickers in the lot for the gate attendants, picking up trash on the beach, doing lots of tough stuff. This beach attendant worked at Craigville Beach, and we have 2 beach attendants that worked that day, and probably easily about 4 or 5 times she was left high and dry by her partner, and she took care of Craigville Beach by herself on weekends when we were slammed, and she didn't fuss. She worked even that much harder, and the place was still immaculate and great. So for her hard work and dedication, the 2014 Beach Aide of the Year is Mary Nugis from Craigville Beach. Next award we'll give out is the Gate Attendant of the Year. Last year, this gentleman worked, he started off, I believe, with 5 days a week, but then we had some staffing issues, and we had to add some extra staff, and he picked up an extra day. So we ended up working 6 days a week and worked extremely hard, worked at all our tough sites like Craigville Beach on the weekends and dealing with all the public, very nice, very professional. And he did such a great job during the regular season as a gate attendant. We actually moved him up last year at the end of the year as a supervisor. And this year he started off as a supervisor, and he's supervising at Craigville Beach. He's well respected amongst the gate attendants, and now he's being well respected amongst all our staff supervising them. So the 2014 Gate Attendant of the Year is Michael Coulis.
Finally, Director of Leisure Services Patty Machado named the Lifeguard of the Year Lindsay DaCosta.
I have the honor of introducing the 2014 Lifeguard of the Year, who is selected over, we have 98 lifeguards in the town of Barnstable, and this is Lindsay DaCosta, who has done an absolutely fabulous job since 2008. She's been with us. Last year, she oversaw Sandy Neck, which had many, many challenges. We had some personnel issues, and a person this young to be able to handle those challenges is pretty phenomenal and pretty awesome. And the way she handled them is like any professional that I know with HR background, with extensive HR background, and she was able to handle it extremely professionally. And there's lots of good things to come out of her in the future, and we're very lucky to have her on board with the town of Barnstable. And she has now been moved up also as a supervisor due to I'm not going to waste those skills. It's great for a head guard to be able to use those skills, but it's even better to have a supervisor overseeing an entire site. And this year she's overseeing Kelmus Park Beach. She's assisting there. She's assisting at Colville's Beach and at all the ponds and smaller sites as well. So I've got her going everywhere this summer to use those skills to help us out so that it actually takes a huge burden off John and myself. So no further ado, I'd like to introduce the 2014 Lifeguard of the Year, Lindsay DaCosta.
And congratulations to all for your hard work. Well, be sure to tune in to our hour-long news program, Barnstable This Morning, weekdays at 7 a.m. On tomorrow's show, we will chat with Director of Veterans Services Ed Merrigan. We'll talk with Finance Director Mark Milne. Plus, we'll have all the news and information you need. For Barnstable Today, I'm Sarah Mannel.